Hi, I'm the PC Expert Amateur, and I'm hoping you're going to have a great holiday season. It's drawing to a close here in a few more days for some of us. I've got a 4-day weekend. My last weekend, the one before this one, was a 5-day weekend, so that was nice, although I only get paid for one of my days off out of the days off that I had. Now, 2 days off I normally have off anyways, but I lost 2 days of pay last weekend, and I'm losing a day of pay this weekend. So that's the joy of, well, that's how Amazon does it. I guess I'll just say that. Um, right. So we are going to take a look at a very popular and inexpensive fan that is often referenced, if not recommended. It is the Arctic P12 PWM PST. That's a lot of PPs. And this is a carbon neutral company, which excites me. Not in that way, just I'm happy about it because the more companies there are that are actually looking out for the environment in whatever way they can, the better it is for everyone. So maybe we should throw more money at companies that do that. The fan is, fairly familiar, but I'll show it to you just in case you haven't seen it. The fan blades are all textured on both sides, as is the internal part of the fan frame. And it's all black except for the logo on the hub. It has an unsleeved cable that you can daisy chain, so that's good. Personally, I don't care about sleeving. Sometimes it gets in the way. Sometimes it makes the cable more unmanageable. Also, sleeved cables take up more space. And when you're trying to cable manage, that can be a problem. Nevertheless, some people don't like Arctic. Some people do. I'm not sure if they have the best quality necessarily, but they definitely have, along with Antec and certain other companies, have very inexpensive, on average, fans. So I just looked. I got this for like $9.50, $10. This is now a $9. So it's gone down in price, whereas the Bionics have gone up in price. So I guess they're focusing more on this than the Bionics. And there's a little bit of interesting detailing here. I'm assuming that there's no function to it, but who knows? Maybe that has something to do with. Yeah, I think it's just decoration. All right, let's go ahead and listen to it. That's about as slow as it'll go. Very quiet so far, although I am hearing a bit of harmonics right there. And more. Ooh, there's a stronger one. And a little bit there. And again there. Man. And if you've noticed, the blades are very pronouncedly curved and concave and very pointy at the leading end. There are maximum RPMs and it's pretty quiet. That's good. That's quieter than the Noctua, which everybody likes to say is the quietest fan out there when it's not. All right. Compared to the Bionics 120 or this one, the Noctua is undoubtedly noisier. It's already drowning out the Arctic. I can barely hear the Arctic, and only because of the lower tones. So yeah. Wow. We're always talking about how quiet Noctua is. But when push comes to shove, there are plenty of fans out there that produce less noise. So the Arctic is obviously great for a case fan. It's great for a on a heatsink on an air cooler, and as far as radiators, it's kind of it's powerful, but it's really on the bare bottom of what might work on some radiators, like radiators with more spacing. But very dense radiators, this is going to really struggle to deal with it. You're better off getting the Bionics for a bare minimum that's toward the, well, it's still low, but it's not as bad. It's a 2.75 versus 2.2 on the P12. And then if you want to go higher than that, well, we just saw the AlphaCool Core 120 4,000 RPM, and then there's the AlphaCool Core 120, and then there's the Arctic P12 Max. So those are all other options, and there are many, many more. All you guys do is look around, but I would say that the least noisy one is going to be the P12 Max, but at this point. So yeah, this is definitely a fan to consider, especially if you need something with pretty good power and you want to save money and have a good warranty. To me, I would say whenever you're buying a cooler, always look and see, can you buy a different fan or fans that are more powerful than the fans on your cooler so that you can get even better cooling from the same cooler. Because the fans, if you have a really big heatsink and you have okay fans, but then you put great fans on it, it's going to be able to dissipate the heat more quickly. It can make a big difference for some people, depending on what they're using. And yeah, so if you could please do me a favor and like and subscribe, as well as share my videos that you think are useful or interesting. If there aren't any, then don't. I really want to be able to build this channel up so that I can really help consumers in a more meaningful way. I don't really have a lot of time in my life to do that right now. It takes me a long time to get anything done. Well, except for these videos. These are very simple videos. They take, maybe half an hour, 45 minutes at the most, depending on how hard it is for me to find the data. Some companies just do not like to reveal the data about their fans. They're probably embarrassed. I would be embarrassed given some of the crap fans that are out there that rely heavily on lights and prettiness instead of actual performance, which is what fans are about. Yeah, so let's go ahead and take a look at the data. Okay, so the Arctic P12 PWM PST Revision 3, also known as the AC Fan 00120A. Is that an O or is that a 0? Nope, that's it. Those are O's or zeros. Let me see here. There's a 0. Oh, those are zeros. Okay. AC Fan 00120. Black on black. I got it for $9.75, and right now, if you get it with free delivery, it'll be just under $9, depending on where you go. It has certifications from CE, ROHS, and Carbon Neutral. Made in China, 120 by 25 millimeters. Don't know the lifespan, but it has a 6-year warranty, so it doesn't really matter because even though Noctua is brave enough to say, oh, this will last 150,000 hours, they also give a 6-year warranty, but they're charging 3 times more than the Arctic. Of course, they do have the amazing SSO2 bearings. 145 grams versus the 200 of the Noctua. 5 versus 9 blades. Wait a second. Think about that. We're talking about 5 blade fans doing great compared to a Noctua. Standard mounting hole distance, 200 to 1800 RPMs. Maximum CFM 56.3. I'm sorry, and then that is in metric 95.7 CMH. 2.2 static pressure. So not as, we're looking at something that's a little bit slower than the Noctua, and it doesn't push, it pushes like half the amount of air that the Noctua does. But in terms of static pressure, it's very close to the 2.34 of the NF 812 by 25. Maximum decibels 23.95. I would say that the Noctua's 22.6 is baloney. I think it's a lot louder than that. And the fan cable is 40.5 centimeters long with no sleeving, but it does have daisy chaining. It is a PWM connector, fluid dynamic bearing, 12 volts with a starting volts of 3.9, so that's really low, lower than the Noctua, which is 5 volts minimum. 1.2 watts, same as the Noctua. 0.1 amps, same as the Noctua. And it indicates rotation and flow. It's a clockwise rotating fan. And you get 4 screws. Now, you also get corner cushions. Now, do keep in mind that one of the reasons you're paying 3 times more for the Noctua is because you get a low noise adapter, you get an extension cord, you get a splitter, you get corner cushions, you get rubber pins, as well as the regular screws. So there are benefits, but are those benefits worth another $20? No, not really. So, I mean, if money is no object for you, then you can go ahead and get the Noctua or the Arctic and you'd be happy either way. But if you are trying to save on money so you can use it on something more important for your computer, then get the Arctic P12 PWM PSD or the Max or the Bionics or one of their other great fans.
Thanks for watching, and I hope you have a great day.